Okay. Okay, what is PN junction? Power electronics. This is the revision. Okay, so I will revise this some few concepts. What is the PN junction? What is the PN junction? PN junction is nothing but it is the it is the junction of two different metals are attached. Clear? Means what we can say PN junction is an interface or boundary between the two semiconductor materials, where the two different semiconductor material are added. Okay, that places can be okay, in that places the junction will be formed. Okay, so whatever the junction is formed, okay, that junction can be called as PN junction. Means here we are using the different two power semiconductor materials, P material and N type of material. Clear? The P side or a positive side of the semiconductor acts excessive holes. Okay, excess of holes, and N side of the negative side, N side or negative side has an excess of electrons. Means what we can say, the positive side of the semiconductor is having the holes, and the negative side of the semiconductor is having the electrons. Clear? So the PN junction is created by the method of doping. The PN junction is created by the method of doping. So the PN junction diode appeared in the year 1950. Means what we can say, the PN junction device has been invented in the year of 1950. So already we have discussed in the power electronics subject in the introduction class. Okay, it is the most essential and basic building block of the electronic device. Means for introducing the power electronics, okay, this is the most basic block. This is the basic block of the PN junction. Okay, without PN junction concept, so there is no power electronic. Clear? Without PN junction concept, there is no power electronic subject. So generally PN junction diode, whatever the we are taking the two different materials, P type material and N type material. Okay, these two materials are attached, the junction will be formed. Okay, so the whatever the device is formed by taking two different materials, that device can be called as diode. That device can be called as diode. Okay, so this diode is having the two terminals, anode and cathode. Okay, like this. The PN junction is the root for the semiconductor diodes. Okay, the PN junction is root for the power semiconductor diodes. Not only diodes, all the devices, maybe thyristors, transistors, okay, IGBT, MOSFET, and so on, etc. This is the root. This is the basic. Okay, that's why I told without PN junction concept, there is no power electronics. Without power PN junction, there is no power electronic. Is it clear? So that's why what we can say, the PN junction is the root for the all the power semiconductor devices, not only diode. Clear? So the main function of the PN junction. What is the main function of the PN junction? It will provide the path to flow the flow of electrons. It will provide the path to flow the flow of electrons. Clear? So this is the main function of the PN junction. Next, there are three possible basic conditions and two operating regions for the typical PN junction diode. Okay, that is the Zener and they are the zero bias and forward bias and reverse bias. These are the three bias conditions: zero bias and forward bias and reverse bias. Forward bias कब होता है? Forward bias कब होता है डायोड? if the anode is getting the positive, if the anode is connected to the positive voltage and the cathode is connected to the negative voltage, it will become a forward bias or reverse bias. If anode is connected to the positive supply and cathode terminal is connected to the negative supply, then it will become a forward bias or reverse bias. Forward bias. Is it clear? So like the same way, if the cathode is connected to the negative positive and anode is connected to the negative, so it will become a reverse bias. So when the zero bias is present, when the zero bias is occur when no voltage is applied to the diode. Okay, when no voltage is applied to the PN junction. Okay, whenever the no voltage is applied to the PN junction, then the device can be comes into the zero bias line. Okay, the device can be comes into the zero bias. So that's why the PN junction diode, they are zero bias and forward bias and reverse bias. Clear? So all these explained in this one. So this is the generally typical VI characteristics of the PN junction diode. Okay, this is the general typical VI characteristics of the PN junction diode. Okay, so whenever the anode is connected to the positive and cathode is connected to negative, then the device is comes into the forward bias condition. So here the diode will be turned on without any gate signal whatever. Clear? Because it is not having any gate signal. So only when it will have the sufficient voltage, so it will be turned on. For example, silicon diode, so it will approximate, it requires the 0.7 to 1 volts. Okay, to turn on the device. Okay, that is depends upon the material, germanium material, silicon material, like that. So whenever the anode is connected to positive and cathode is connected to the negative, it will comes to the forward bias condition. At the same time, it will be turned on. At the same time, it will be turned on. Okay, whenever it is turned on, the voltage become a zero or the small voltage is present. Okay, small voltage is present. That is called as voltage drop. And whenever it is turned on, the current is increased linearly. The current is increased and the voltage is zero. Okay, so next, when the cathode is connected to the positive and anode is connected to the negative, it will comes to the it will comes into the reverse bias junction. Okay, so in reverse bias junction, the diode will not be conducts. In reverse bias junction, the diode will not be conducts. Then what will happen? Small amount of leakage current is flowing. So this is represented like this, the magnitude of the leakage current. Okay, this one. Okay, if we increase the reverse voltage more and more, then what will happen? At one voltage level, the diode will be turned on in reverse direction also. Okay, at which voltage level the diode is turned on, that voltage can be called as breakdown voltage. That voltage can be called as breakdown voltage. Okay, so if we are increasing the reverse voltage more and more, so there is a chance to damage the diode. There is a chance to damage the diode. So that's why, so we should not apply the reverse voltage more and more. Okay, once it is conducted in reverse direction, so that diode will goes into the damage. Okay, next, so the formula used in the PN junction depends upon the built-in the potential difference created by the electric field is given as E0 is equal to Vt into Ln. Okay, the Ln is nothing but log. Okay, Vt into log of Nd into Na upon by Ni square. So E0 is nothing but zero bias junction voltage. Okay, Vt is nothing but thermal voltage for 26 millivolts general at room temperature. Okay, this is the thermal voltage. So generally we are taking the room temperature, we are taking 26 millivolts of the PN junction diode. Okay, Nd and Na are the impurities concentration and Na is the eccentric concentration. Okay, these are the physics concept. As per the mass action law, Np is equal to Ni. As per the mass action law, Np is equal to Ni. If acceptor impurities are introduces, okay, acceptor impurities means receivers. Okay, then P is equal to Na. P E is equal to Na. Okay, what happens when the battery voltage increase in a forward bias PN junction? What happens when the battery voltage is increased? When the battery voltage is increased in a forward bias PN junction, क्या होता है? अगर बैटरी वोल्टेज इंक्रीज किया है, if the battery voltage is increased, forward bias junction means this is the positive and negative. If this voltage is increased, okay, then what will happening? What will happening? It will be turn on. Is it right or not? It will be turn on. The current through the PN junction is increases. Okay, the diode will be turn on, and the current through the PN junction is increases. If the voltage is increased, again the current is increases in forward direction. Clear? So next point, what happens if the PN junction is reverse biased? Okay, the holes and electrons tend to move away from the junction. So means what we can say, if reverse voltage is applied across the PN junction, what will happening? The holes and electrons will move from the away the junction. Will move from away the junction. So due to this, then what will happening? The depletion layer is occur. Okay, the depletion layer is occur at this junction. If this reverse voltage is increased again, the width of the depletion layer is also increased. The width of the depletion layer is also increased. Okay. Next, what are the two breakdown mechanisms of the PN junction? So Zener breakdown and avalanche breakdown. Okay. So it is you can get the question sometimes for 1 mark. What are the breakdown mechanism of the PN junctions? Okay, Zener breakdown and avalanche breakdown. What is the static resistance of the diode? What is the static resistance of a diode? Static resistance can be find out. Okay, R is equal to V by I. R is equal to V by I. Clear? So the ratio of DC voltage applied across the diode to the DC current flowing through the diode. Okay, R is equal to static resistance. R is equal to V by I. V by I is nothing but when the DC voltage applied to the PN junction by and whatever the current is flowing through the PN junction. The ratio between the DC voltage to the DC current which is flowing through the device, that it can be called as a static resistance. Okay, so what is the dynamic resistance of diode? Okay, what is the dynamic resistance of diode? So dynamic resistance of diode can be defined as so rate of change of voltage to the rate of change of current. Okay, rate of change of voltage to the rate of change of current. So dV by dt by di by dt. So what is the reverse resistance? So reverse resistance is nothing but whenever we are applying the reverse voltage across the diode, whenever we are applying the reverse voltage across the diode, so it will block the flow of the current. So it will block the flow of current. So it will block the flow of current means it will introduces the resistance. It will offers the high resistance. Okay. So whatever the resistance is offered during the negative voltage is applied, okay, across the PN junction, that resistance can be called as negative reverse resistance of the PN junction. Whenever we are applying the negative voltage across the PN junction, it will block the flow of current. It will block the flow of current means it will introduce the resistance. It will offer the resistance. Clear? So whatever the PN junction offers the resistance in the during the negative voltage is applied, that resistance can be called as reverse resistance. Reverse resistance. See here, we are having two switches here. We are having two switches. Figure shows a composite switch consisting of power transistor BJT in series with the diode. Okay, assuming the transistor switch and diode are ideal, assuming that the transistor switch and diode are ideal, and the VI characteristics of the components composite switch is. What is the VI characteristics of this switch? Composite switch means the combination of this BJT and IGT. Clear? So that what is the VI characteristics? Here we are going to neglect the power losses. Okay, that's why we are taking transistor and the diodes are the ideal. Ideal means we are going to neglect the power losses during the on time and off time, whatever. Okay, so can anybody say what is the answer of this one? What will be the VI characteristics of this switch? Anybody tell, please, what is the VI characteristics? Here we have having one switch. This is the BJT, and we are having one more switch, that's the diode. Okay, that is the diode. So these are the two terminals. These are the two terminals, and we are applying the voltage across this circuit. S1 and S2. S1 is nothing but BJT. S2 is nothing but diode. So here, what is the question? Assuming that the transistor switch and diode are ideal, what will the VI characteristics of these switches? Okay. For example, if both switches are turned on, both switches will be turned on. Both switches turn on किए अपन. This is the positive voltage and this is the negative voltage. Turn on किए तो क्या हो जाएगा? What will happening? The current is flowing in this direction. Okay, this is the positive I. Means the current is flowing in positive direction. Is it right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Second condition, assume the second condition. And if voltage is applied, same condition, first condition, and both switches are closed, then what will be the voltage across this circuit? Zero, because it is also closed switch and it is also closed switch. So these two terminals are short circuited, means voltage become a zero. V is equal to 0. This is the first case. And second case you can assume here. If we apply the reverse voltage, what will happening? Reverse current flow होता है ना? If we apply the reverse voltage, what will happening? This is the minus and this is the plus. What will happening? Okay. This will become a positive and this will become a negative. What will happening? What will happen? Is there any current is flowing through this circuit in reverse direction? ऐसे कुछ करंट फ्लो होता है क्या रिवर्स डायरेक्शन में? करंट फ्लो होता है क्या? Is there any chance to flow the current in reverse direction? Is there any chance, please? For example, this is the diode. This is the diode, and cathode terminal is connected to the positive, and anode terminal is connected to the negative. The diode is turned on. Can the diode is turned on? Please tell me, anyone. If the cathode is connected to positive and anode is connected to negative, whether the diode is turned on or not? Turn on होता है क्या? Turn on होता है क्या? Please tell me. Please, anyone. Can you put the message in the chat box also. If the cathode is positive and anode is negative, whether the diode is turn on or turn off, please put in chat box. Put the message in chat box. Turn off. Turn off means it is not going to conduct. It is not going to conduct. Clear? If this diode is not going to conduct, so can current is flowing through this circuit to this circuit? It is an open circuit now. Okay, if this diode is open, if the diode is open, it is the total circuit is open. So means no current is flowing through the circuits. Means in second case, I is equal to 0, I is equal to 0, and V is equal to, but reverse voltage is present. Okay, reverse voltage is present across the switches. Means V is equal to minus Vs. V is equal to minus Vs. Clear? किधर गए वो? So what is the answer? What is the answer? In first case, current is positive and voltage 0. In second case, current is 0 and voltage is negative. So which one is the right answer here? A or B or C or D? A is the current is positive and negative. A option is, you can check the A option. Current positive and negative. Okay, wrong answer. B is the wrong answer. Current positive and negative. Negative current तो negative तो है नहीं इधर. So this is the wrong answer. Clear? There is the current is, reverse current is not flowing through the circuit. So here the current is flowing reverse also. This is the wrong answer. In B, the current is negative and voltage is positive. So current negative है नहीं है. This is also wrong answer. Clear? So next one. Current is positive and voltage is positive and negative. D is also wrong answer. Okay. So current is positive or 0. Positive or 0. Clear? But voltage is 0 and negative. Voltage 0 and negative. So voltage 0 and negative like this. Clear? Voltage 0, negative. C is the right answer, because here the current is reverse current is not flowing through the circuit. Voltage may be 0 or negative and current is 0 or positive. So C is the right answer. So D is also wrong answer, because the current is here also the current is flowing negative. So negative current flow के chances ही नहीं ना इधर. There is no chance to flow the current in this direction. Clear? So C is the right answer. Next. For the circuit shown in the figure below, assume the diodes D1, D2 and D3 are ideal. Assume the D1, D2 and D3 are ideal. So find the V1 and V2 across the across this resistance. For example, this is the R1 and this is the R2. Find the V1 and V2. Find the V1 and V2. So how we can find out this one? You can see here. So this is the unregulated power supply. AC voltage AC voltage converter, AC to AC. Okay, fixed AC into fixed DC. So here what we can say, for half wave rectifier, VDS is equal to Vm by pi. So this is the equation we are getting from this half wave rectifier for the diode. Clear? So for V1 is equal to VDS for positive pulse. Okay. For negative pulse, minus pi by pi means pi by 2 pi plus minus by pi is equal to, so pi by 2 pi क्यों लिखा अपन? Why we have written the pi by 2 pi? Because in positive half cycle, okay, during the positive half cycle, okay, only this diode is conducts. Only this diode is conducts. Clear? So the voltage is present like this. Okay. So from 0 to, that's why what we can write, during the one full cycle of the supply voltage in positive half cycle में pi by 2 pi लिखा अपन. Pi by 2 pi. So the output voltage during this period is pi. We have to consider as a pi. Clear? So like this same way, negative half cycle में, so when it is positive and when it is negative, okay, so the current is flowing through this device. Okay, the current is flowing through this device. So when this D3 is turned on, the output voltage become a 0. So whatever the voltages exist across the V2, that will become a 0. So that's why what we can say here. So Vt is equal to pi by 2 pi plus 0. Pi by 2 pi plus 0. Clear? So means for during the positive half cycle, pi by 2 pi plus minus pi by 2 pi minus pi by 2 pi is equal to pi will be cancelled, pi will be cancelled. So क्या होता है? 1 by 2 minus 1. 1 by 2 minus 1 is equal to minus 0.5. So during the negative half cycle of the supply voltage, so this D3 is conducts. When the D3 is conducts, whatever the voltage is exist across this circuit, that will become a 0. So that will become a 0. That's why we have written the 0 here. So that is only we have taken this point only. Only we have taken this point, pi by 2 pi. Pi by 2 pi plus 0, that is equal to pi by cancel, that is equal to 1 by 2 is equal to 0.5. So V1 is equal to minus 0.5, Vt is equal to 0.5. Clear? So B is the right answer. B is the right answer. Okay. Next. Assume the diodes are in the given circuit are ideal. The voltage V0 is equal to, what is the voltage? Can anyone tell, please? Can anyone solve this question? If assume all the diodes are ideal, means there is no voltage drop across the diodes. Okay. And what will be the voltage? Output voltage at this point, V0. So here, this is the positive and this is the negative. And this is the negative and this is the positive. So how we can find out? Is there any chance to turn on this diode? Is there any chance to turn on this diode? Please tell anyone. No, because the yes, right answer. Okay, the cathode is made negative. Sorry, anode is made negative. Clear? So anode is connected to the negative. There is no chance to turn on this diode. So we can neglect this circuit. We can neglect this circuit. So you can draw a circuit like this. Okay. So this is the point output voltage. This is the equivalent circuit. If you neglect this circuit, so here this is the 10 kilo ohms and this is the 10 volts. Clear? This is also 10 kilo ohms. So V0, how we can find out? So V0 is equal to opposing voltage upon by V0 is equal to, use the voltage dividend formula. So opposite voltage V0 upon by total resistance of this circuit. Total resistance is now 10 plus 10. 10 plus 10 plus 10 into this resistance, this impedance, okay, into 10. Because only we are going to find out the voltage across this circuit. That's why we have taken the this impedance only. Okay, so 10 into 10 upon by 10 into 10, how much? 100. 100 upon by 20. 100 upon by 20. So 100 upon by 20, what is the value? What is the value? 100 upon by 20, what is the value? V0 is equal to V0 is equal to 5 volts. V0 is equal to 5 volts. B. Clear? So just it has confused the question. Please remember, all of you. Okay, here the terminal is changes. Here the battery terminals of the diode D2 changes. Okay. So if it is battery terminal changes, again we have to solve the both circuits. Again we have to solve the both circuits. Clear? Next. Okay. So you can go through this answer. Next question. These are the questions I took from the previous question papers. Please remember. Okay. So the following circuit shown has a source voltage Vs. Okay. And the current through the circuit is shown. Okay. So this is the circuit he has given. This is the circuit he has given. This is the supply. Supply he has given this waveform. So how we are getting the output current? Okay, how we are getting the output current? So output current waveform is also he has given. Okay, output current waveform is also he has given. So यहाँ पर क्या find out करना? What he is asking, if from the following devices, A, B, C, D, diode, okay, reverse diode, capacitor and transistor, इन चारों में कौन सा डिवाइस कनेक्ट किया तो ये वेवफॉर्म मिलता है आपको, ये करंट वेवफॉर्म मिलता है. From these devices, if from these devices, if we are connected which device, then we will get this answer, this current waveform. That is the question. That is the question. For example, if I connect the reverse diode B, ओके, रिवर्स डायोड कनेक्ट किया अपन यहाँ पे, ए और बी के पॉइंट के बीच में रिवर्स डायोड कनेक्ट किया है. सो डायोड टर्न ऑन होता है क्या? डायोड टर्न ऑन होने के चांसेस है क्या? नहीं. क्लियर? सो बी इज द wrong answer. If the diode is not turned on, so it will be open, it will act as an open circuit, so there is no current is flowing through the load circuit, so we are not getting the output current, so we will not get this output waveform. So B is the wrong answer. Okay, if you connect the capacitance here, so can we get this waveform? If you connect the waveform capacitor across this circuit, okay, can we get this waveform? No, because कैपेसिटर के वेव कैसे है? If you apply the voltage 0 to 100 milliseconds, the voltage is 0. Voltage 0 means current is also 0. Okay, current is also 0 means there is no current is flowing through the capacitor. From 100 to 200 milliseconds, the Vs is maximum. Vs is maximum. So maximum voltage is connected to the capacitor. So then what will happening? So the capacitor goes to the charging condition. The current is linearly increasing like this. Okay. So ये waveform और ये waveform सही एक ही है क्या? Wrong है ना? So if we are connecting the capacitor across A and B terminals, we are not getting this waveform. We are not getting this waveform. So C is also wrong answer. C is also wrong answer. Clear? So remaining कौन सा है? Remaining कौन सा है? Which one is the answer? A or D? So D भी chances नहीं. This is the transistor. Okay, this is the transistor. When the device is turned on, okay, when the device is turned on, the current is flowing. The current is flowing. Okay, but here okay, D is also no chance. For example, if we are connecting the diode here, if we are connecting the diode, so you can draw the waveform like this. Clear? So during the 0 to 100 milliseconds, Vs is 0. Supply voltage 0 means so no voltage applied to the diode. So okay, the current is also 0. Current is also not flowing. Current is also not flowing. Current is also 0. Clear? So from 100 to 200 milliseconds, the supply voltage is maximum. The supply voltage is maximum positive. So the diode is turned on. When the diode is turned on, so output current is same as the supply voltage because it is a resistive load. Because it is a resistive load. So the output current is also like this. Clear? Next. From this point to this point, from this point to this point, supply voltage is positive or negative? Supply voltage कैसे है? Positive or negative? From 200 to 300. 200 to 300. Supply voltage positive or negative? Negative है कि positive है? Negative है ना?
Negative.
Negative. If the negative voltage is applied across the diode, so the diode is turn on or turn off. It will goes to turn off condition. Means no current is flowing through the this circuit. Okay. So then what will happening? The current is becoming 0. The current is becoming 0. But here, so what will happening? Due to the storages of the carriers in the junction, okay, it will take some time to remove the carriers. Due to this, for some time the negative current is flowing and then it will become a 0. This is the property of the power semiconductor devices. Okay. So if we are connecting the diode, so we are getting the for this supply voltage, we are getting this output waveform. So the diode is the right answer. The diode is the right answer. Clear? So here, why we are not saying? Why we are not saying here? Transistor क्यों नहीं लगा सकते? Because transistor is required the base current. Okay, the transistor is required the another supply voltage. Another supply voltage for the base circuit. Base emitter culture, gate emitter culture, whatever. So here we are not giving, here he has not given any base supply. Clear? So that's why we cannot connect the transistor in this one. So only diode is we can connect. Okay, by connecting the diode for this supply voltage, we are getting this waveform. Okay. So next comes to the transistors comparison. So already I have given this table to you. Okay. So what are the terminals of the BJT? What are the terminals of the BJT? Three. Okay. Three terminals. ये चार्ट बॉक्स ऐसे क्यों आ रहा है मुझे? Java box only one storage is showing. Okay, whatever. So what are the terminals of the BJT? Base, emitter, collector, three terminals. So MOSFET is also three terminals. Okay, and IGBT is also having three terminals. And thyristor is also having three terminals. So the terminals of the BJT is base, emitter, collector. The terminals of the MOSFET is gate, drain, source. The terminals of the IGBT is gate, emitter, collector. Gate, emitter, collector. What are the terminals of the thyristor?
Anode, cathode, gate.
Yes, anode, cathode, gate. Clear? So sometimes they can ask the question, simple questions. Okay, if you are lucky, then this type of questions are coming. Clear? But it is not very rare condition. इतना easy questions नहीं आता है. Okay, the switching losses of the BJT is high. The switching losses of the MOSFET is low, and the switching losses of the IGBT is also low, and the switching losses of the thyristor is also, the switching losses of thyristor is high. Clear? The conduction losses of the BJT is low, conduction losses of the MOSFET is high, conduction losses of the IGBT is also high, and the conduction losses of the thyristor is low. So what is the switching losses and what is meant by conduction losses? Can you tell what is switching losses and what is the conduction losses? Switching losses, conduction losses का difference क्या है? Please tell me. Shivani. Shivani. Can anyone tell what is switching losses and what is conduction losses? Switching and conduction losses. Minimum 3 to 4 times I told you. Please tell me. Switching losses means whatever the losses is present during the transient operation. Transient means turning on and turning off. Okay, so whatever the losses is are present during that time, that losses can be called as switching losses. Okay, so whatever the losses are present during the turn on condition continuous. Okay, for example, so this is the switch is there. Okay, so this is the graph is there. Okay, from this point to this point, turn on condition, this point to this point is the turn off time. So whatever the losses are present during this period, okay, transient operation बोलते हैं इसको बोलते हैं switching losses. Okay, whatever the losses are present during this period means steady state operation. जो यहाँ इस पॉइंट से लेकर इस पॉइंट तक जो भी लॉसेस प्रेजेंट रहते हैं उसको बोलते हैं कंडक्शन लॉसेस बिकॉज the device is fully in conducting mode. So when the device is conducting mode, so whatever the losses are occur, that losses can be called as conduction losses. Whenever the switch is going to turn on and when switch is going to turn off. Okay, during that short time only, whatever the losses are present, so that losses can be called as switching losses. Okay, switching losses. So that is a small difference between the switching losses and conduction losses. So switching losses of the BJT and thyristors are high, and for MOSFET and IGBT low, and conduction losses for BJT and thyristor low, and conduction losses for IGBT and MOSFET is high. Okay, so temperature coefficient. BJT is having the negative temperature coefficient, MOSFET and IGBT is having the positive temperature coefficient, and thyristor is having the less temperature and it is sensitive device. Okay, less temperature, it is sensitive device. So voltage blocking capability. BJT is the bipolar and MOSFET is the unipolar. Only it can block the voltage in one direction only. That's why we can say unipolar. And IGBT is also unipolar. It can block the voltage in only one direction. That's why we can call as a unipolar. And thyristor as a bipolar or unipolar. Thyristor is a unipolar or a bipolar. Thyristor unipolar or bipolar? Please tell me.
Bipolar.
Bipolar. Q. Because the thyristor can be able to block the voltage in both directions. This is the thyristors. Okay. If we are giving the positive voltage, positive supply to the anode and cathode supply to the negative, it can block the voltage because the thyristor only turn on by giving the gate pulse. So it can block the voltage from anode to cathode. At the same time, also it can block the voltage. If you are applying the voltage, positive voltage to the cathode and negative voltage to the anode, also it can block. It will not conduct. Okay. So that's why the thyristor can be called as a bipolar device. Bipolar, it can block the voltage in both polarities, in both directions. Clear? Next, BJT is a current control device or voltage control device. Please always remember. So BJT is the voltage control device and MOSFET is the current control device and IGBT is also current. Sorry, what we can say? BJT is the current control device. BJT is the current control device and MOSFET and IGBT is the voltage control devices. MOSFET and IGBT are the voltage control devices and thyristor is the current control device. Please remember this point. Okay. Complete one. Okay. एक मिनट. Sorry for the disturbance. Okay, so please, this is a very important question. Sometimes they can ask the question, MOSFET is the voltage control device or current control device. Okay, MOSFET is the voltage control device. IGBT is voltage control device or current control device. Voltage control. So you remember all these points. And input impedance. BJT low input impedance. MOSFET is the high input impedance. IGBT is also having the high input impedance. And thyristor is having the low input impedance. Okay, is it clear? So carriers. BJT is the minority carrier device. MOSFET and IGBT is the majority carrier device, and thyristor is the minority carrier device. And voltage ratings. So you have to remember the ratings of the voltage rating and current ratings of the BJT, MOSFET, IGBT, thyristors. Okay. Also, you have to remember the frequency ranges of the all these devices. So in any way, they can ask the question. Okay. Maybe if they want to ask, if the examiner can want to ask the one question from this table easily, so that time, then that time you can get the 1 mark question. Okay, what is input impedance of the IGBT? Okay, what is the input impedances of the IGBT? Input impedance of the IGBT is high. Clear? Just wait. Just wait for 2 minutes. Hello? Hello? I'm audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry for that. Okay, which is the property of IGBT? Okay, which is the property of IGBT? So low input impedance is the wrong answer. Okay, high efficiency and low switching losses. So obviously, switching losses are low and efficiency is the switching losses are low means power losses are less, so efficiency will be increased. So B is the right answer. B is the right answer. Okay. So which is the property of IGBT means high efficiency and low switching losses. Next, IGBT structure. Already everybody knows the IGBT structure. Okay, it is having the base, gate, emitter, collector. This is the wrong answer. This is the gate. Clear? So input characteristics. There is the we are going to draw the VG Okay, VG versus IC, VG versus IC, input characteristics, output characteristics, IC versus VCA, output characteristics, IC versus VCA. Clear? So output current versus input voltage, that is input characteristics, output current versus output voltage, that is output characteristics. Well, these are the characteristics of the MOSFET. Okay. So these are the construction of the MOSFET. So what are, when the transistor is in saturation, the collector to emitter voltage is, when the transistor is in saturation, what about the collector to emitter voltage? Saturation means turn on condition. When the transistor is in on condition, what about the voltage across the collector to emitter? If the transistor is on condition, what about the voltage across the collector to emitter? वोल्टेज प्रेजेंट रहता है क्या, पॉजिटिव है कि नेगेटिव है कि जीरो है, क्या रहता है? व्हाट अबाउट द वोल्टेज? What about the voltage? What about the voltage? If the switch is non-condition, if the switch is non-condition, the voltage across the switch is zero or present. The switch is non-condition. Okay, on condition. What about the voltage across the switch? V is equal to zero, na? Okay, like the same, if the transistor is non-condition, on conditions, the collector to emitter voltage is zero. The collector to emitter voltage is zero. Okay. Next. Lecture चल रहा है, हो गया क्या? Okay, next question. The transistor is said to be in the dash region when the both junctions are dash forward. When the both junctions are the forward bias. Oh, transistor is generally having the two junctions. Clear? If the transistor is said to be dash region when both junctions are forward bias. So generally, obviously, when the both junctions are forward bias, it is in a conducting mode. It is conductor means saturation mode. Clear? Saturation mode. So as compared to the MOSFET, BJT has. As compared to MOSFET, BJT has. So for this answer, we have to remember the table which I have given. The table याद रखना पड़ेगा. Clear? So higher switching losses and lower conduction losses. कौन सा आंसर है देखिएगा? Higher switching losses and lower conduction losses. MOSFET is having the
Higher switches and lower conduction loss.
yes. Higher switching losses and lower conduction losses. कौन सा आंसर है? Higher switching losses and lower conduction answer. A is the right answer, na?
Higher switching losses and lower conduction loss.
Higher switching and lower conduction. Higher
First
switching. Yeah, A is the right answer. Okay. Means we have to remember the table. Otherwise, it's very difficult to give the answer. Clear? Next. When the which insulation layer is used in the MOSFET? See here. Which insulation is used in the MOSFET? Okay, SiO2, silicon dioxide. Clear? Silicon dioxide. Okay, A is the right answer. SiO2, silicon dioxide. Okay. Next, see this one. This question is got in 2014. Figure shows 4 electronic switches. Electronic switches है ना ये? Electronic switches है ना? Is it right or not? Electronic switch है कि electrical switches है? Electronic switches. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So which of the switches can block the voltage of either polarity applied between the terminals A dash and B dash when the active device is in the off state? कौन सा devices, which are the devices can block the voltages in either polarity, in both polarities? कौन सा devices block कर सकता है? Can you tell from this? Can you tell from this, please?
Sir, 2.
Hmm?
B and 2 and 3.
So here, if you apply the voltage like this, it can block the voltage. Clear? If you apply the voltage reverse, positive and negative, okay, still it can block the voltage because the diode will not be turned on. It can block the voltage. It is clear? Okay, so this is also right. So next, A1, you can check this one. If you apply the positive voltage, okay, yes, it can if you apply the positive voltage, okay, it can block the voltage. If you apply the reverse voltage, it will not block the voltage because here the diode is connected, so the current is flowing through this diode, so there is no chance to flow the there is no chance to block the voltage when the reverse voltage is applied. Like the same here also, if you apply the reverse voltage across the switch, so it cannot be able to block the voltage because the diode is connected. So simply the current is flowing through this path, that the current is diverted through this path, so it will not able to block the voltage in reverse polarities. So but only if you see the C answer, sorry, third one. So if you apply the positive voltage, it can block because gate, and it can block the voltage until the gate supply is applied, gate voltage is applied. So also if you apply the reverse voltage, positive and negative, so also it can block the voltage, also it can be block the voltage. So final answer is this one and this one. Clear? So the fourth one and first one is not able to block the voltage in reverse polarities. Clear? So answer कौन सा है? Second and third. यही है ना? C is the right answer. Okay. For the power semiconductor devices, IGBT, MOSFET, and diode and thyristors, which of the following statement is true? All the four are the majority carrier devices. All the four are the minority carrier devices. Okay. IGBT and MOSFET are the majority carrier devices, where the diode and thyristors minority carrier devices. MOSFET majority carrier device and all are the minority carrier device. Clear? So here a little bit confusion is there, but see the remember, MOSFET is the majority carrier devices and all are the minority carrier devices. But here what we told, IGBT is also majority carrier device we have discussed. So I will give the clarification regarding this. Clear? In table I put IGBT is also majority carrier devices, so that I have to check there. I will check this one. So this one is the for 4 power semiconductor devices are shown. So this is the same model of this question. This is the same model of this question, same to same. So what he has asked in the question, 4 power semiconductor devices are shown in the figure along with their relevant terminals. Okay, so the devices that can carry DC current continuously in the direction shown when the gated appropriately is R dash. So means यहाँ पे arrow mark mention की इधर. He has mentioned the direction of the flow of the current. He has mentioned the direction of the flow of current. Clear? So इस direction में from this figure with their relevant terminals that can carry the DC current continuously in the direction. Which devices can carry the current in the given the direction? कौन सा devices can carry the current? Can anybody tell please? Can anybody tell? कौन सा devices? Which devices can carry the current in reverse direction continuously? Please tell me. Thyristors को if we apply the reverse voltage to the thyristor, can it carry the current? Thyristor turn on होता है क्या?
Triac and MOSFET.
Triac and MOSFET, exactly right answer. Okay, Triac and MOSFET. Clear? This is also depends upon the NPN or PNP. Okay, so the Triac is can be if we apply the reverse voltage, so it can carry the continuous supply to them from MT to MT1. Okay, so but it is not possible in the thyristors. The thyristor cannot carry the current from cathode to anode. So it is also same as in the G2 also. It will not carry the current from cathode to anode. So but the current can carry from MT to MT1 and source to drain. That is depends upon the transistor NP or PNP. Sorry, MOSFET. Okay, these two are the right answer. Triac and MOSFET. Triac and MOSFET. Which one the right answer? D. Okay, so this question I think already I explained you in previous lecture. So can anybody tell the answer? Figure shows MOSFET with an integral body diode. Figure shows MOSFET, okay, with integral body diode. So means the diode is connected across the drain and source terminals internally. इसको बोलते हैं अपन MOSFET with diode. MOSFET with diode. It is employed as a power switching device. It is employed as a power switching device in the on and off states. In the on and off states through the appropriate control. Okay, the on and off states of the switch are given. The on and off state switches are given. So then what will be the VDS and IS plane? Means VI plane. VI characteristics क्या है इसका? Here VDS is nothing but, for example, this is the switch. This is the switch. Okay. Okay, for example, this is the MOSFET, this is the switch, this one. So VDS is nothing but this one. VDS is nothing but this one. So whatever we apply the voltage across the drain and source terminal, that will act as a source voltage. That will act as a input voltage. Okay, so little bit confusion is there. You can get the confusion means voltage across the drain and source. That is not correct. So the voltage across the drain and source, it will act as a supply. It will act as a supply. So when it is in on condition, what will be the voltage and current? When it is off condition, what will be the voltage and current? That is we need answer. Can anyone tell please? Which one is the right answer?
Second one.
Second one. In both states. Okay. Second one. If it is in on condition, switch in on condition, the current is flowing. The current is flowing. Clear? As and voltage is present. This is the supply voltage. This is not a voltage across the switch. Please remember that point. Okay, voltage is present and current is also flowing. Okay, voltage is present and current is also flowing. Next, when the off state में क्या होता है?
Saturation, sorry, cut off region.
Off state में it will in off condition. Current is zero. Current zero होगा ना? Current zero रहेगा ना?
हाँ.
Current zero and voltage is positive. Still is voltage is present. So current is zero, voltage is present. So which one is the right answer? Are you showing here? Current is zero. Voltage is positive. Current negative होने के chances तो नहीं है. The switching device in the on and off states through the appropriate control. The on and off states through the switch are given VDS IDS plane. So current zero तो नहीं इधर. आंसर क्या है देखो इधर. B. रिवर्स करंट कैसे फ्लो होगा इधर? रिवर्स करंट भी है ना इधर. How the reverse is current? How the negative current is flowing? Can you tell, please, anyone? How the reverse?
Reverse bias होता है. Emitter junction reverse bias में होता है ना.
On and off states. On state में current is positive and voltage is present. That is right. Off state में yes exactly. Sorry. यहाँ पे diode connected है ना? Diode connected है ना इधर?
Yes sir.
If you apply the reverse voltage, so still the current is flowing in this direction ना? Reverse में भी current flow होता है ना?
Base to emitter जाएगा ना.
हाँ. Okay, source to drain also current is flowing because it is having the diode. So what I am thinking, the switch will be off condition, but off condition chances में the diode connected है. So negative current भी flow होता है. Clear? So means when the switch is in on condition, okay, the current is positive, and when the switch is off condition, still the current is flowing in reverse direction from source to drain terminal. So reverse current is flowing. So voltage is always positive. So B is the right answer. Okay, next, a switch mode power supply operating 20 kilohertz to 100 kilohertz. So range uses the main switching element. So generally the frequency ranges of the MOSFET is high than the other devices. Clear? So that's why, so for high frequency ranges we are using the MOSFET device. Okay, so that's why we are calling as a MOSFET is the high frequency device, high switching device, high frequency switching device. Clear? So MOSFET structure already we have seen. So we can go through these characteristics. Again, this is repeating. Okay, whether the IGBT is voltage controlled or current controlled. IGBT कौन सा device controlled है?
Voltage control.
IGBT is the voltage control. So BJT is the current control. MOSFET is the voltage control, and thyristor is the current control. So like this same we have to remember. Why the gate source structure of the IGBT is kept highly integrated? Why the gate source structure of the IGBT highly integrated? So highly integrated क्यों करते हैं अपन? So in order to reduce the current density. Okay, in order to reduce the current density means to reduce the emitter source current crowding. Crowding means density. Okay, एक अगर जितना प्लेस कम हो गया तो उसमें अगर फॉर एग्जांपल 100 पीपल्स आर प्रेजेंट, ओके, इफ स्पेस इज वेरी लेस, क्राउड बढ़ेगा ना? क्राउड बढ़ेगा ना? पीपल्स आर मोर, स्पेस इज लेस, क्राउड बढ़ेगा नहीं बढ़ेगा?
बढ़ेगा।
हाँ, पीपल्स आर मोर एंड स्पेस इज आल्सो मोर, ओके, क्राउड थोड़ा सा कम हो जाएगा ना? सो लाइक दिस सेम वे concept here also. So why we are highly integrating the gate source structure means in order to reduce the emitter source current. Okay, so in order to reduce the emitter source current, we are integrating the gate source structure. So next, state the other name of the IGBT. So sometimes they can ask the question, what is the other name of the IGBT? What is the full form of the IGBT? What is the full form of IGBT? What is the full form of IGBT? Generally, insulated gate bipolar transistor, na? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so also we can call as insulated gate transistor. IGBT के ये भी बोल सकते हैं, IGBT बोल भी, insulated gate transistor also we can call. Okay, also we can call as a bipolar MOS transistor. Okay, bipolar metal oxide semiconductor transistor, or also we can call as conductivity modulated field effect transistor, CMFET, COMFET, conductivity modulated field effect transistor, means it is having the different names. Okay, why the vertical oriented structure of the IGBT is using? Why the vertical oriented structure of IGBT is used? Okay, the vertical, it is a short type answer. The vertical oriented structure of the IGBT is used in order to maximum area available for the current flow. So it will also reduce the resistance offered to the current flow. Therefore, total power loss is reduced. So means why the vertical oriented structure of the IGBT is using? So in order to increase the flow of current. Okay. So whenever the current flow of current is increases, it will reduce the resistance. Okay, resistance reduce होगा तो कोई power loss भी reduce होता है. So for that's why mostly we are using the vertical oriented structure of IGBT. Okay, these are the short type answer. Why the on-state losses in the IGBT are less than that of MOSFET? So on-state power losses, the IGBT consisting of conductivity modulation. Okay, so means the conductivity modulation of IGBT is greater than the conductivity modulation of the MOSFET. Okay, conductivity ज़्यादा है तो current भी ज़्यादा रहेगा ना? Okay, conductivity ज़्यादा means it will have the property of flow of current. Okay, conductivity modulation, but conductivity modulation is somewhat less in the MOSFET. Okay, due to this, the power loss is also reduced. Due to this, the power loss is also reduced. Okay, next. Why the P plus region in the N channel IGBT is called as injecting layer? The structure of the N channel IGBT consisting of P plus region close to N drift region. Okay, it will make the PN junction diode with the drain layer and inject the minority charge carriers holes in it. So means we are using this one P plus region for injecting the minority carriers. For injecting the minority carrier, that is the holes. That is the answer for injecting the minority carriers. Okay, we are using the P plus region, the N channel IGBT transistor. Okay, so you can go through this table. So let's come to the thyristor's characteristics. SR is a thyristor family member. Is it right or not? SR is a thyristor family member. Means thyristor's devices में SCR एक डिवाइस है. Thyristor number of devices है. SCR, triac, okay, diac, and next GTO. Okay, number of devices are there in the thyristor family. So among them, SCR is one of the member. Among them, SCR is the one of the member. So SCR is the 3-layer device or 4-layer device. How many layers is SCR is having? How many layers SCR is having?
3.
Layers. Not, I am not asking terminals.
4.
What are those? P, N, P, N. Is it clear? Okay, means SCR is a 4-layer device. And how many device junction it is having? How many junction it is having?
3.
3 junction. Okay, where the P and N material are attached together, then the junction will be formed. Here the one junction is formed. Here the one junction is formed. Here the one junction is formed. Okay, it is having 3 junctions. So we can say SR is the 4-layer device, 3 junction device. Okay, it is having 3 terminals: anode, cathode, and gate. Okay, so here the outer P, this PN junction is highly doped. Okay, this P-type material is highly doped. This N-type material is highly doped, and this N layer and in P layer means inner N layer and inner P layer is lightly doped. Please remember this point. Okay, so they will not ask the questions easily. What are the how many junctions, how many layers, how many terminals? So like this same way they can ask the question. The outer P layer is the highly doped or lightly doped or medium doped, like that. So outer P layer is the highly doped, and outer N layer is the highly doped. Okay, inner P layer and inner N layer are the lightly doped. It is clear. So by connecting the two transistor back to back like this, we can form a thyristors. We can form a thyristor like this. So this is the one output terminal, anode. Okay, this is the one more output terminal, cathode. This is the one more terminal, gate. So means 3 terminal, anode, cathode, and gate. Clear? So this is this base and this collector of this another NPN transistor is connected commonly. So this collector terminal of this first transistor and another base terminal of this second transistor is connected commonly. So it is connected to the supply side. So it can, by connecting through transistors like this, by taking PNP and NPN transistors, and by connecting like this, so we can make as a thyristor or SCR. We can make it as a SCR. Clear? So you can go through this theoretical concept. Okay, also already we have discussed in VI characteristics of SCR. What are the modes of SCR? Okay, what are the equivalent circuit diagram of SCR for conducting the VI characteristics of SCR? Clear? So when it is forward bias condition, when it is reverse bias junction, forward bias, when it is junction J1, J3 forward bias, junction J2 is the reverse bias. Okay, junction J1, J3 reverse bias, junction J2 is the forward bias. When it will become a forward bias condition, when it become a reverse bias condition. So you can go through the SCR operation. Already we have discussed all these points in theoretical. while discussing the VI characteristics of ACR in power electronics. Already we have discussed. Okay, so see here. For ACR, the gate cathode characteristics has straight line slope of 130. Okay, for an ACR, the gate cathode characteristics has straight line slope is 130. Next, for trigger source voltage is 15 volts. For trigger source voltage is 15 volts. Clear? Next, and allowable gate power dissipation is 0.5 watts. Power dissipation, gate power dissipation. Okay, PG. PG has given 0.5. Determine the gate source resistance. Gate source resistance. RS find out karna. RS means gate source resistance. So how we can find out? So it has given the power dissipation. PG. Gate power dissipation means PG is equal to 0.5. Is equal to 0.5 watts. So PG is nothing but VG into IG. VG into P is nothing but voltage into current. Na? VG into IG is equal to 0.5. Clear? So we know the formula. The SCR gate cathode characteristic has straight line slope. Means straight line slope is 130. Straight line slope is nothing but VG by IG. VG by IG. कितना दिया value? 130. So straight lines always can be find out voltage upon by current. Okay, straight line is always can be find out voltage upon by current. So respect to terminal voltage and respect terminal current. So here we are discussing about the gate. So gate voltage upon by gate current. So VG upon by IG is equal to 130. So VG is equal to what we can write here? 130 into IG we can be write here. From this equation, VG is equal to 130 into IG. So 130 into IG we can substitute in this equation. Okay. VG is equal to 130 into, sorry. into IG. So substitute this equation in this equation. Clear? So VG की जगह क्या लिख सकते हैं अपन? 130 into IG. 130 into IG into IG. What we can write? 130 into IG square. That is equal to 0.5. That is equal to 0.5. So from this equation, IG is equal to IG square is equal to 0.5 by 130. IG is equal to, so we can do the square root. So we can get the IG is the 0.062 amperes, or we can say 62 milliamperes. IG is equal to 62 milliamperes. But what we need? Resistance find out करना ना अपन को. Resistance find out करना. So from this equation, you can see here, from this equation, from this circuit, we can apply the EG is equal to, we have written the equation. Okay, EG is equal to IGRS plus VG. Okay, EG is nothing but gate voltage. So also we can write the source voltage. EGS is equal to IGRS plus VG. So for example, if we are writing the basic equation for DC motor की equation कैसे लिखते हैं अपन? V is equal to EB plus IA RA ना? Basic motor की equation EB, V is equal to EB plus IA RA. So like the same way, means by applying the KVL for this loop, so we can get this equation. ES is equal to, supply voltage is equal to, okay, whatever the voltage drop across the resistance, IGRS plus VG. So from this equation, what we can write here? So Ig is equal to, we know the formula, 0.062 amperes into Rs plus Vg. We know the formula. What is the value of Vg? What is the value of Vg? So here we can find the Vg. Vg is equal to 130 into Ig. 130 into Ig. 130 into 0.062. 0.062. Okay, so we can get the Vg. So by substituting in this equation, also he has given the ES. ES is equal to 15 volts. ES is equal to 15 volts. So from this equation, all values we know. So only we don't know the values of Rs. So we can easily find out the Rs. Rs is equal to 111.94 ohms. Rs is equal to 111.94 ohms. So means this numerical we have to solve in 3 steps. Okay, so just find the Ig and just find the Vg, and from this equation we have to find out the Rs. So like this, in short, we have to solve the answer. Okay, so one more question I will say you. This is the UJT related questions. So next time we will discuss about the UJT related questions. Yes, here has dash junctions. Yes, here has dash junctions. How many junctions? How many junctions? 3 now. Yes, here is a solid state equivalent of SR is a solid state equivalent of gas filled triode. Gas filled triode. Clear? SR is made up of silicon. Silicon control rectifier. Na? SR is made up of silicon. Silicon control rectifier. That's why they have given name for this device is silicon control rectifier SCR. SCR is made up of silicon. Okay, latching current of SCR is 12 milliamperes. Then holding current is. It is a very important question. It came 2 times in the GATE examination. SCR is latching current of the SCR is 12 milliamperes. 12 milliamperes. Then what will be the holding current? IL is equal to 12 milliamperes. IL is equal to 12 milliamperes. So how we can find out the holding current? How we can find out the holding current? So generally in theoretically what we are saying, which one is the greater than latching current or holding current? Which one is greater than? Which one is greater than latching current or holding current? Can you give the answer? Latching current. So generally latching current is more than the holding current. Okay. So next question is, so how many times it is greater than? Generally we are saying 2 to 3 times of the holding current. 2 to 3 times. 2 to 3 times. Okay. 2 to 3 times. So from this we can take the only maximum value. Okay, 3 times means, for example, if you take the 4 milliamperes, okay, is 16 milliampere is the right answer? Because latching current 12 milliamperes, holding current तो 16 milliamperes हो सकता है क्या? 16 milliamperes हो सकता है क्या? होल्डिंग करंट ज्यादा होता है क्या लैचिंग करंट से? No. Clear? Right. Means this is the wrong answer. So only we have a 3 answers: 8 milliamperes, 12 milliamperes, and 4 milliamperes. So generally we are saying 3 times of the holding current. So 4 into 3 कितना होगा? 12 milliamperes. So how? So equal भी नहीं होता ना, latching current holding current equal भी नहीं होता. So B is also wrong answer. B is also wrong answer. Only we are having 2 answers, 8 and 4 milliamperes. So if we are taking the 4 milliamperes, 4 into 3 कितना हो गया? 4 into 3 कितना हो गया? 12 ना. So 12 आ गया ना. यहाँ पे you can also get the question 4 into 12. 2, 8. अगर दोनों आंसर सही है, so you can take the 3 times multiple. Okay, this you can take. अगर ये आंसर नहीं है, अगर ये 4 milliamperes नहीं है, we can take the 8 milliamperes. But 4 milliamperes is there, so directly we have to take the answer is C. Directly we have to take answer is the C. If in case 4 milliamperes की जगह उन्होंने अगर 2 milliamperes दिए example option में, so 8 milliamperes is the right answer. If he is given the 4 milliamperes, so 4 milliamperes is the right answer. Clear? So always take the, again I will explain you, please remember. Again I will explain you. So generally, I think little bit confusion is there here. So latching current and holding current will not be equal. So this is the wrong answer. And holding current is not greater than the latching current. This is also wrong answer. So only we are having the A and C. So what we are saying, latching current is equal to 2 to 3 times of the holding current, 2 to 3 times of the IH. Clear? So इसमें से ये 8 milliamperes भी सही है, 4 milliamperes भी सही है, but both answers are given, so take the 3 times. Take the 3 times. So 4 milliamperes is the right answer. 4 into 3, 12 milliamperes. Okay, this is the right answer. If he has not given the 4 milliamperes, so we can take the 8 milliamperes. Is it okay? Okay, the circuit turn off time and SR is defined as the time. So here you can see the circuit turn off time, generally commutation process है ना. Okay, commutation process, it is related to commutation process. So means for which the SCR is reverse biased by commutation circuit. Okay, the SCR turn off time of can be defined as by applying the reverse voltage by using the commutation circuit. By using the commutation circuit. C is the right answer. Next. So this question is important. There is no logic, there is no solution for this, but we have to remember the value. So the typical ratio of the latching current to the holding current is 20 milliamperes. Okay, latching current to the holding current ratio is 20 milliamperes. Then the thyristor is dash. Typical ratio of latching current to the holding current in a 20 amperes thyristor is 20 amperes thyristor के लिए latching current to holding current ratio क्या है? So okay, so you should remember this point. Generally for SCR it is typically 1.2, around 1.2, but it is depending on the voltage and temperature. It can be as high as 2, okay, and low 0.7. Okay, so other factors include the gate drive current and load reactance. So generally the latching current to holding current ratio is the 1.2. okay, 1.2 रहता है, तो लेकिन यहाँ पे 1.2 दिए क्या है, 1.2 नहीं दिए. So we can take it can be high as 2 or low as 0.7. Clear? So one more thing here, usually latching currents are always double or triple the holding currents. So before that point we have told, so latching current is always triple times of the holding currents. So for higher ratings, they may fall as low as 0.4. So but it usually depend on the temperature and driving load. So 120 amperes 500 volts thyristor used commonly, this model of thyristor BT152. It has the ratio of 1.67. It has the ratio of 1.67, but generally we are taking the 2. Generally we are taking the 2. Clear? So 20 amperes for a high current and high voltage rating value of the thyristor, the ratio of the latching current to holding current, we are taking generally 2. We are taking generally 2. So this is, you have to remember. Yeah, this is not a numerical. This is not a question. You have to remember this question. Clear? So like the same way you can explain the latter here. So you have to remember the, for example, diode rectifier, single phase full wave diode rectifier. This is the output voltage waveform. Okay, this is the output voltage waveform. Okay, current waveform is also same because it is a resistive load. So we have to remember these formulas. V0 is equal to 1 by pi integral 0 to pi Vm sin omega t d omega t. That is the 2 Vm by pi. Okay, so you can derive these equations. So also you have to find out we have to remember the RMS value of the load voltages, average load voltage of all the circuits. Okay, so what is the formula for form factor? Form factor can be defined as the ratio between the RMS value of the load voltage to the output voltage. Clear? The RMS value of the load voltage to the output voltage, V0 R upon by V0. Okay, so generally the form factor will be 1.11. So voltage ripple factor that can be defined as RMS value of the supply voltage to the output voltage. Okay, RMS value of the supply voltage is the output voltage, that is equal to 0.4834. So ripple voltage, sorry, RMS, this is the VR. VR is nothing but ripple voltage. Ripple voltage we can find out like this. V0 means RMS value of the load voltage. V0 means output value of the load voltage. Square root of the V0 square minus V0 square. So we can find out the ripple voltage VR. VR upon by V0, we can find the voltage ripple factor. So transformer utilization factor. Output DC power upon by VA rating of the transformer. Output DC power upon by VA rating of the transformer. So V is equal to Vm by root 2. We know the formula Vm is equal to root 2 into Vs. Root 2 into root 2 into Vs. So like the same way Is also Is is equal to Im by root 2. So PDC is equal to V0 into I0. So please remember these formulas. Output power is equal to V0 into I0. Okay. So VA ratings of the transformer is equal to Vs into Is. Vm by root 2 into Im by root 2. That is equal to Vm into Im by root 2. So all these formulas you have to remember. So circuit turn off time is important here. So I will say circuit turn off time. So here the circuit is non-condition. Okay, here the circuit is non-condition. This is the circuit is off condition. From this point to this point, the circuit is off condition. Clear? So for example, if you are taking the one RL load, so the waveform is present alpha to beta. So circuit turn off time WTC is equal to omega TC. It's not WTC. Omega TC is equal to 2 pi minus beta. 2 pi minus beta, because this is the circuit turn off time, na? Okay, from here to here this is the on time. So this is the 2 pi. This is the 2 pi. 2 pi minus beta निकाला तो ये वाला आता है. Okay, that's why omega TC is equal to 2 pi minus beta. Circuit turn off time TC is equal to 2 pi minus beta by omega c. 2 pi minus beta by omega c. So like this same way we have to find out the circuit turn off time. Okay, this depends upon the circuit. This depends upon the circuit. So like the same way you can go through this one. So next time we will solve the numericals on this one. Okay. So time is over. Just wait, I will take the attendance. Next time I will continue this one.